Hey guys, it's Vince. Today in this video it's recap time, and you better pay close attention, and I seriously suggest watching this video to the end. And I never usually say that because many of you are going to save a lot of money and time. Check this out. So I did this video called What the F is This? And I did it on this gentleman right here known as Mitchell Woodworking. And after I did this video, I explained exactly what was wrong with his spindle cable because it had a split casing and apparently you could see no shielding in it. So then I did a follow-up video where I actually explained to this gentleman that his cable was needing to be corrected and also replaced by the company he had purchased this spindle from, who of course is known as PWN CNC. The spindle in question is their ATC model. Well, naturally, this model is $3,500, and after I did this follow-up video, a gentleman posted a comment. You can see it right here. He's already deleted your comments. Interesting. And I go back to his channel, and you can see that naturally my comment is still right here. It says, and I'll just reiterate, I couldn't help but notice when you show the casing break in the spindle's power cable, it isn't using the proper double shielded one it requires. The cable's shield would instantly be exposed with the insulation break you illustrated in your video. Did you contact PWM CNC to correct this? He responded and he states, no, I didn't contact them because I didn't know it required shielded cable. But I'll ask them about it. Thanks for your feedback. Here's the issue though, and I responded again. What about all the people like yourself that don't understand this either? Now, we don't know if this is an isolated incident, so they potentially may also have a cable that's also unshielded after spending $3,500 on a spindle package. I'm sure you see my point. Please be careful where you spend your money. Thank you, Vince. But here's where it gets interesting. This gentleman does not realize I don't have one YouTube channel. I have 4. I come over up here and I select my icon. I go switch account. I'm going to go over here to my CG Vinyl Studio account. We'll click on it and we'll wait for it to load. And then I come over here and what in the holy shit? My comment is completely gone, like I never typed it. But here's where things get really interesting. I hope you guys are all paying attention, especially the ones that, once again, love this company, support this company. I'm asking all of you, number one, why would my comment be removed? I never said anything negative about the company at all. But as we come down here, I want to draw your attention to something. There's a person's comment. Now, this person was not originally leaving this comment when I first went on the channel to tell Mr. Mitchell what was wrong with his cable. But miraculously, after the fact my comment's removed, this comment comes up. Let's see exactly what it says. Mitchell, first off, Daniel would not accept those spindle power and signal pigtails. They are not shielded to boot and certainly not PWN CNC cables. Now guys, think about this for a minute. How logical is it that a guy who openly admitted to not understanding that a spindle cable needed to have a shielded cable would have changed the cables on a spindle he just bought? How much bullshit does that sound like? I mean, who buys a new spindle at $3,500 that comes with cables and then decides I'm not going to use the cables it came with, I'll modify them? Make sense? No, it doesn't. Let's keep going. Contact Daniel and get longer cables that connect from the spindle to the VFD. If you did that for convenience, once again, he's implying that this end user modified a spindle cable set that came bundled with a pre-made, engineered, if you want to call it, spindle assembly with everything. So we're looking at this, and you have to ask yourself, if you did that for convenience, it just may toast your spindle. Love your videos, but you need to fit it as your warranty is at risk as well. You like how he threw in that the warranty is at risk? Like this guy who's actually marketing for this company would actually modify a spindle he purchased, right? Let's come over here and expand what Mr. Mitchell's reply is, and I want you to pay close attention. The cable in question is only 8 inches long. I'll read it again. The cable in question is only 8 inches long and is pre-installed on the ATC spindle from G-Penny. The ATC spindle is the only one that he knows of that comes from the factory with this cable pre-installed. There is no option to change it besides tearing into the spindle in hopes of being able to solder in a shielded connector cable, which would, capitalized also, void the warranty. It goes on. I don't know why the short cable G-Penny uses isn't shielded, but you are correct. The cable provided by PWN CNC that attaches to the short spindle cable is absolutely shielded the entire length. Okay, let's ask a logical question. If that unshielded cable is attached to a shielded cable, how would one have the grounding available for the shield drain on the cable that's shielded? How would it actually dissipate EMI if it's not able to when it's connected to a pigtail cable that is not shielded? It's impossible. Okay? This should draw many red flags. And to confirm what I'm saying, I will put on screen going into PWN CNC's site where they show this spindle and they show with their logo all over it those little 8-inch tails coming out of the spindle. Now my question is simple, and this is logical. Many of you understand this. If this person, Mr. Daniel Moran, I believe that's his name, designed these units and knew what he was doing, why would he let an 8-inch pigtail come out of the spindle that's not shielded only to attach a shielded cable to an unshielded cable? Now, I'm not saying that. We can read it here because I know many of guys out there that are watching this video are once again the fanboys of this company. We will read it. This short 8-inch section of unshielded cable coming out of the spindle should not and has not compromised the 20 foot of shielded PWN CNC cable that it's attached to. If it was long enough to lay inside the drag chains with all the other power and signal wires, it could definitely cause an EMI issue. As it is though, I believe it's safe enough for setup for 99% of users. Do I wish it was shielded? Of course. But with no understanding of manufacturing process, well, let's be real here. The guy openly admits he doesn't understand that his spindle cable needed to be shielded. What we're seeing here is a guy who's making an assessment he doesn't even understand. He says here, then, I'm inclined to believe that G-Penny knows what they're doing. Most hobby-type spindles on the market today are manufactured by G-Penny and rebranded for different companies, including PWN, CNC, and Redline. That's very true, sir, but you know what? They'll do whatever that company says. So if that company doesn't understand what needs to be done with shielded cables, guess what? They don't do it. This, you're caught with your pants down. Not only are you caught with your pants down, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. Some might even call it shady. I'm sure neither company would use them if they weren't the best option available in the hobby niche price range. Think about what we're reading here. Think about how weird this is. Why did this gentleman, this Spoke 4915, why did he pop up after I left my comment, but mine disappeared? Wow, full transparency. It's very strange, guys. And it should be making you all ask yourself why. And I will recommend this. All of you check your spindle cables. Check anything from an ATC spindle and check all of your grounds on any non-ATC spindle to make sure everything is built properly. You paid for it, get what you pay for. This is complete BS. I will put on screen direct from AI DeepSeek, which confirms exactly what I'm saying is accurate, so you don't have to believe me because I've only been selling it and developing it for the last, 10, 12 years online. I don't know what I'm talking about, but they do, and you can see exactly what was said, and then you make your own opinion. But something here is strange, and why a gentleman who I openly tried to help, he deleted the comment, and then another person chimed in, and then this guy pretends that now he's an expert in the field where 99% of end users, they have nothing to worry about because G-Penny knows what they're doing. Really? It's amazing. I'd love to hear what you guys think.